Hey everybody, how are you guys doing today? Crystal here and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be editing those pictures that I took yesterday, which you guys saw in the vlog that I did about the family photo shoot, you know, the one that was really crazy and chaotic. Yeah, so I'm going to be editing those pictures and kind of showing you guys what my process is for editing. It's very simple. I consider myself a minimalist photographer. That's a term that I heard recently, and I'm just like, you know, I feel like that's me. I use a lot of natural light. I don't like too much of the harsh editing, even in terms of like Photoshop and retouching. It's very light and natural. So I'm going to be taking you guys through the process of how I go through and decide how I'm going to edit a picture. This is slightly different though because this is for a brand, Crismo, my family's jerk sauce business. And so it's important that when I'm editing these pictures that it captures the essence of the brand. So it's not going to be just my personal style. I want to make it so that it is, you know, capturing the identity of the Crismo brand. Okay, so yeah, let me get started. Apparently I don't have the memory card in the computer. Bear with me, guys. It's not easy recording and, you know, and working at the same time. Yeah, let me put on some music. One thing with me and my music selection, it's either really clean and conscious music, you know, like some chronic style stuff, or it's on the opposite of really like dirty and raunchy, like some spice type stuff. There's no in between with me. There's just no in between. Just family shoot. Alright, so you guys see all of these pictures. You know, I was mentioning yesterday how I really don't like cloudy day pictures because yeah, it just makes the pictures really flat, as you guys can see. Very flat. So we're gonna have to do some work in the editing process to bring up shadows and highlights. One thing I did not anticipate though is how much the sky would get blown out even though it is cloudy. So maybe I can show you an example in one of these pictures. It was really hard to manage the exposure of the sky, like in this picture for example. Hold on. Yeah, like this picture. You can see that the sky is like really blown out and the shadows had to be brought all the way up in order to kind of compensate for it. So yeah, let's see how I can fix that. You guys see here, it's like really blown out, and that's just because the clouds are white. So it's just, yeah, I guess the camera just didn't know how to work with that one. Yeah, let me start editing. The first thing I do while I'm editing is to go through the entire picture collection and select the ones that I'm going to use. So it's much easier for me to break it down like that rather than going through and editing one at a time and then deciding whether or not I want it. I just get rid of the ones that I know I'm not going to use from the get-go. It just makes everything seem less daunting. My mother was not happy during this photo shoot, you guys. So I am so glad I got one where she's actually genuinely smiling. Finally, this one. Look at Aziz's face. Yo, this kid. Oh God, guys, this is going to be some work to fix. But trust me, it is fixable. We got some vignetting going on, some distortion in the lenses. We got our work cut out for us. Sometimes I get really rigid when I'm doing some shoots because I know that if something is not taken properly, then I have to go through all this work in the edit to kind of fix it. So that was one of those days because of course you're working with family and kids and everything, so kind of just had to be more flexible. You know, I actually started out doing event photography before I did any portrait type stuff, and I feel like that is the reason why I was able to work so well with this photo shoot, because when you're doing events, everything is just like kind of crazy and haphazard and everyone's running around and doing their thing, and your job is to just capture the picture in the best way possible. So that really came in handy with this shoot because it was essentially like a similar style, me just going around, and of course I had to stage some things just to make sure that we got the right pictures, which I also did that when we were doing event stuff. I would go around and ask people, be like, can you hold this product, and you know, let them pose with the product so that we can get a really good picture for the client that they can use on their social media and stuff. So this is exactly what happened with this photo shoot. Yeah, and my experience really just allowed this to still be a good shoot in spite of everything that was going on for the day. So I'm going to begin editing these initial pictures, these group style pictures. I'm foreseeing some challenges because of the flatness of it. So you guys will get to see how I kind of navigate that and still make it pop despite the lighting. Yeah, so contrast is really necessary in these pictures. The ISO was really high and you can kind of see that, so I'm gonna fix that later on when I am dealing with when I get down here to the details tab. I think I'm going to give the pictures a warm look so it makes it look like the sun was actually out. Bring down the blacks in the picture. That also helps emphasize the contrast. I'm a huge fan of dark photos, so I tend to like to pull the exposure down, but I'm not going to do it too much for these pictures because you know, it's a brand shoot, so you want things to be kind of bright and lively. It's important that you kind of watch how it's affecting the skin tones, so you don't want to go too far over in any particular direction. So this is a nice little mood. So you see already we've done very little, but this is the before, this is the after. When I'm with my baby, yeah. I love this song. Alright, so the next thing is there is a slight vignetting going on. Like, it's really slight. So I just want to try to balance that out a little bit. Not darker, lighter. And then do the lens correction. You can see it has flattened out the image quite a bit. I like what's going on. The next thing I'll do is to change up some of the colors, so that can also add some pop. Where are we? This one. I'm gonna go to the greens and pull it down into this blue green, a more bluish green color. This is one of my favorite things to do to pictures. I've always taken pictures, I mean, except for when I was in Gainesville, when I was in school. I've always kind of been in places where there has there's a lot of green, like Jamaica. So I've kind of adapted my style to working with the background. And yeah, this is one of the things that I always do to the trees to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And then if you come to the reds, you can probably increase the saturation and pull out some of the colors in the lips and the skin. Red and orange will do that because that's found in skin. You can see that it was just really hard in this picture. Oof. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover. I mean, there's quite a bit of it that was clipped, I think. Oh, never mind. So now this one, you can see that there's kind of like a white film. I don't know. It's kind of hard to show some things that are so subtle, but if you look over here where the light is coming in, there's like a little bit of haze over my father. So if I click this, there's a dehaze button in Lightroom. This can increase the haze, so if you go this way, it'll help to, you know, reduce some of that haze. But the picture is already too grainy, so I'm not gonna go too far. And I'm gonna go again to see how can we capture, lighten back, how can we lighten some of the grain that's going on. Okay guys, so I'm finished editing all of the pictures. So I'm gonna run through my top 5 favorite pictures from the photo shoot yesterday. And here they are. This one with Aziz kind of like, you know, holding the jerk chicken out. This one of Hannah. This one with RJ, like trying to steal the chicken. And then RJ also grabbing one of the jerk sauce. And then this one with Malia. So those are my top 5 favorite pictures from the shoot. Not too bad, right? Not too bad. And that's it, you guys. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of this video. So I'll see you next time.